This is Todd Habercorn.
Hello and welcome to the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. Right over there. He is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
Road to 2000.
You do things too fast sometimes. Yes, we are on the road to 20. We are on the road to 2000 with the horn included. The music's still going, so I'm trying to mix them both at the same time, and you have to choose either both loud at the same time or they're both quiet at the same time, or you turn one of them off, which I forgot to do.
This is I can't believe I'm gonna do this tangent now, but Elgato was like, I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but they're like, what do you think about getting this? And it's a keyboard with the little thing on it with the buttons.
The Stream Deck?
Yeah, the deck. Yeah, it's called Stream Deck keyboard. Actually, that's what it's called.
The Stream Deck Ginger. Keyboard. That's pretty awesome. So it has the hotkeys on it on the keyboard.
Well, it raises up. So there's a portion of the keyboard that goes on the top that goes up and looks like a little mini Stream Deck.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It has pretty cool. Three or four buttons on it. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So say hi to.
Hi. She knows. She knows. So what's going on, my friend? What's been happening in the last 7-ish days or so?
A lot, I guess.
A lot.
I mean, well, did I mention the PlayStation 5 last time?
You had just purchased it.
Right. Yeah.
And it hadn't arrived yet, but you had purchased it.
That's an interesting thing to have.
The PS5.
Yeah.
It's funny because I know that they just released a new digital version, and I was very interested to see which version you had, because this new digital version is 300 grams lighter.
Oh, which okay.
Yeah, right. But I watched a video where they took the whole thing apart, and the 300 grams is all in the heat sink.
So they removed. They're now making it so that
it runs hotter.
Hot.
Yeah.
See, what I like about this is it doesn't run hot. The fans are super quiet. It's really nice. It's huge. It's gigantic. But what's funny is I learned recently that my girlfriend plays Mortal Kombat 11, and so I play against her in Mortal Kombat 11. It's weird because I'm like, nobody plays Mortal Kombat anymore. Or I was wrong.
No, there's quite a few that do.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of fun.
Judge Judy Slayer, thank you for the follow.
Ooh. Hey. Judge Judy, too. She used to make $24 million a year.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Those TV, I mean, I assume, or was it like kayfabe they were judges, or were they actually judges?
They were judges.
They were actual judges.
Judge Judy was a real judge, yeah.
Some friends of mine were actually on Judge Joe Brown.
I know, yeah, Judge Joe Brown. I know Judge Joe Brown, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't take any shit from the defendant in the case.
None of the judges did, really. All the judges, that's kind of why people went to watch, was because the judges were so, hard ass.
As a kid, I always wanted to go to the People's Court when Judge Wapner was there.
Yeah, now I don't know if it still exists, but Judge Milian was the last judge of the People's Court. Not sure if that's still the case anymore. I don't watch daytime television.
No, I'm working.
Yeah.
And if I'm not working on that day and taking a day off, I'm definitely not watching daytime. I mean, there's definitely some Price is Right going on, but I can have that anytime on internet television channels.
Now wait, now do you actually like The Price is Right, or are you watching it because
I love The Price is Right? I think it's great. Bob's a little condescending sometimes in these, especially in these older episodes. I'm on Tubi. You know, do you know that app?
I know the Tubi. Yeah.
Tubi. They got a All Prices Right channel, and it's 24/7. And sometimes when you're cleaning the room, or you're editing a show, you got the Prices Right in the background. You know.
I don't know.
It's not like I've seen any of these.
Yeah, I don't. I can't. I don't know. I was never, even though I was on The Price is Right, I was never a fan of it. I was only there because my girlfriend at the time wanted to go with her friends, and so I kind of just tagged along for some reason. I don't even know why I was there, other than it's like, oh,
To be the purse holder.
That's cool. Huh?
To be the purse holder.
Yeah, I was the only dude. And they what's sad was all the girls dressed up in the same shirt. I don't even think they were part of a sorority. I think they were just a group of friends, and they all wore the same clothing. And I was the jackass who was like, hey, hey, producers,
no,
why don't you choose me to be onto the thing?
No, the other guy got turned on because you got nervous, I'm sure, and the other guy got himself on stage.
I did. I mean, yeah, because it's
Francis wasn't on stage with Bob, or on the pricing line with Bob. That was the other guy.
Yeah, it was the other guy. Yeah, it was the persona, but it was still, because I was like, why did they really just call? Like, I was in shock that they even called my name, because I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, isn't that part of like the fun of going is the anticipation, nervousness, and dread all at the same time of your name being called?
No, the funny thing is, I figured it wasn't going to happen.
Well, yeah,
I figured it wasn't, because there was a lot of other people there who were much more exciting, and they had all the, they had like the props and the clothing and stuff, and I'm like, and again, I was the only one amongst the women that were there that wasn't dressed like them. I just had like a regular T-shirt on and jeans, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna ignore me. I was wrong.
You were wrong, my friend. You were wrong. You won yourself a mailbox.
Yeah, mailbox. Woo! And a cordless phone. What about you, man? How's it been going? How's your week been?
It's been good. Not to we don't talk about the work too much, but got me a little 1 year raise.
Oh, that's good.
So that's pretty cool. It's funny. The place, they're like, it's young. The place I work, so like anybody hitting a year, it's a big deal. And I'm kind of in my head, every place I've worked at has been like established. So like doing a year in an established place is like, whatever.
It's funny because I don't remember which state it was in. Somebody took a picture. Speaking of young, somebody took a picture because nobody, I mean, whatever. People aren't working, whatever, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into that stuff. But there was a McDonald's that was hiring specifically 14 and 15-year-olds to work at the McDonald's, because no one above the age wanted to work. And I guess a part of the article was, yeah, people, the 14 and 50-year-olds are like, yeah, they love working. Like, apparently, like, they're the best workers ever. They're better than any other workers of an older age that we can get, because they get technology and they get our stuff real easy, and they want to work hard. They want to do well, because they're too young enough to know that they can just slack off, I guess, or they can just, fool around. But yeah, apparently the kids are getting jobs now because the adults don't want to get a job right now.
Well, because all the adults have OnlyFans.
Yeah. Well,
so in a bit of continuity for the people that like were playing last week, OnlyFans, the adult entertainment site, said no more porn, or as I said it, no more holes. Nothing going in them or out of them. And then over the course of the week, I think, would you send that to me on Thursday or Friday?
Last week, yeah, it was like before the weekend. They U-turned.
Yeah, they did a complete U-turn, and they were like, "Nope, we're doing the porn again. You're safe. You're safe."
They know where the bread is buttered, right? Like, no pun intended, but I mean,
it makes me wonder, like, who said sure, we'll back you, because a lot of the
I don't think they got it.
Mm.
I think they were willing to sacrifice the other. They're like, well, what's going to get us more money? These endorsements or their money? Their money.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm sure they're processing everything through some third party in a non-extraditing country.
I was gonna say they'll lose money. They won't lose money, but they're definitely not gonna make it. They're definitely gonna make way more keeping their sex worker clientele than if they went somewhere else and lost them.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah.
And again, I tried to get a couple friends, or at least one of the friends that do it on the side to come and share their opinion, but or voice, but wasn't too interested in doing so. So I tried, Francis. I tried.
Well, look, I guess what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make an account and become an OnlyFanser person, and then you can give us your experience.
Sure. Yeah, maybe so. I mean, if I ever want to buy a new car or something like that, or get a condo of my own or something like that one day, I might have to show my bits. I might have to show my bits.
That's the funny thing is there's a lot of people on there who have accounts, who have fan accounts, and they charge for the charging is for exclusive content, kind of like Patreon, and they show it's not new. Like there's people who don't get naked on OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
Like
there's cosplay people that are on there. There's all kinds of content.
Skateboarders.
Yeah,
musicians.
It just so happens that it was favorited by the sex worker.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm all for anything. Anybody, if you want to charge people to watch you skateboard, do it. You want to watch people, to show your bits, do it. It's probably a lot. It's got to be a lot more satisfying to charge somebody for a dick pic as opposed to just receiving one on the random.
Yeah,
it's got to be a lot more satisfying. Huh?
Better to make a buck than not.
Exactly. Speaking of making a buck, Francis.
Yeah.
Everybody that's watching, if you've watched so far, why don't you hit the bell? Why don't you hit the follow, the subscribe, ring-a-ling, the ding-a-ling, twerk the bell, as Francis likes to say, because it only gets better from here. I think they call that like viewer retention or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. We're both we're on a path that we're just kind of forming ourselves, my friend. Something I did find interesting this past week, Francis, is that one, lead fuel was still being used in the world, and that they no longer are using leaded fuel. I thought the shit was gone. I remember being a kid and seeing leaded, unleaded, maybe like a premium or something like that. And we did a little quick research up until 96. There was leaded fuel here in the United States. And it's funny because I said to you, I was like, I don't remember at what point in my younger years leaded fuel stopped becoming a thing. I don't know when it stopped becoming a thing in Colorado. But I definitely remember as a young person, somewhere in my young person days, seeing leaded and unleaded fuel. It's just interesting. Algeria was the country that was still using leaded fuel.
Yep, they finished up its last stockpile of that gas in July. I'm not surprised, I guess. I think Sony sold its last VHS or a VCR in 2015 or something like that, right? The last cassette tape deck was sold just around that time too. So for some people it takes a long time to get rid of old technology.
I think clear cassette tapes are still made for the prison folk.
The thing is, cassette. Well, they had to remake vinyl record or God, what's the devices that would let you listen to vinyl records? You know,
A record player.
I guess it'd be a record player, but I thought there was another name for it. Like there was a one-word name for the record player. I forgot. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there was one.
A Victrola?
Well,
I don't know.
Yes, a Victrola where you have to rotate the thing. You have to like, you know, if you stop, it's gonna stop playing.
I don't know.
But so record player. So the record player, they had to bring it back. Like they had to remanufacture record players, and you see them at like not necessarily Best Buy, but like Hot Topic used to sell them, and like a bunch of the more hipstery kind of places would sell them, and you'd find record players. I know Urban Outfitters does, because that's the most hipsteriest store in all of hipsterdom. But it's like it's like you can still get cassette players and tape deck and record players, and like it's amazing that stuff kind of exists still in the world, and we had to remake it again. So, you know, the fact that cassette players still exist because of like Guardians of the Galaxy and things like that, I'm not too surprised that they still exist.
Did you mean a phonograph?
They're still being made.
Did you mean a phonograph?
Phonograph. Thank you. Yes, I did mean it. Thank you very much. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Skater Girl Zombie. Chat coming in with the save.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
It's crazy. The funny aside.
Sure.
Well, that's what podcasting is. What the fuck am I saying?
It's all tangents.
Yeah. When I was at the dispensary, back in the day when I was at the dispensary, which is weird to say now, I had a customer that would come in and bring me stacks of jazz records. And she was like, "Do you like music?"
Why jazz?
Because that's what she liked.
Okay.
And it was she would go to the local record shop here and buy like I think they were called like blind bags. They're just wrapped up records, like 10 records for, let's say, $20 or $10. And you take them home, you open up your present, you see what you got. I mean, maybe it's all crap, maybe it's half crap, maybe it's all great. She would take out the stuff that she would like and then bring me the rest of the stack. So I have like 25 records of jazz, and I'm like, that's awesome. You know, like, I'm not really a jazz dude, but hey, I'll listen to some stuff I haven't heard before.
Look, jazz is, I mean, that's the late at night type of music where you calm down, you drink you get yourself a glass of gin, and you're like, hey,
have a Hennessy or something.
Here I am with my Hennessy, with my bottle of Jack Daniels here, ladies, with the jazz playing. Like that's how you get the mood going on, with the fireplace going, and your bottle of Four Loko. Just
back in like 2008 when it was still like the good stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, here's some Zima to get you in the mood with some old jazz records, ladies.
Zima. Oh man, there was when Zima first came out, there was definitely a night of drinking a lot of Zima where all of my friends still to this day could not tell you what happened that night because we all got blackout drunk on Zima. Took a lot of Zima, but that's what happens when you pay the liquor store guy to hook you up with something new.
What? Hook you up with Zima?
We may or may not have been of age to drink, Francis. I don't, want to break total kayfabe on that, but it's very possible that I may not have been old enough to drink.
Okay.
Because of the Zima, I don't remember.
It's like, hey, can you get me some wine coolers, please? That'd be amazing.
When you're making deals, you get what you get sometimes. So So I've been playing the LSPDFR, and been trying to play it on here on the Twitch. I was having a great session the other day, and then this noise happened, and I thought it was the game. I thought there was something in the game that happened, and I started to panic.
Oh no! And my computer started smoking, and
no, but when I was like, well, if I cut the audio to the game, my voice will still come through, and then I could figure out what's going wrong with the game. I reach over and hit the mute button, and it doesn't work.
The mute button doesn't work.
The mute button on the mixer, on the Rode mixer.
Oh, sure.
Like there was something.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for the follow. Who is this? Swiss and Bullets. I like it. Good name.
What's funny is, so you need to put a thing that because I don't have the live stream running.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a thing that pops up when a follow? You should put a pop thing that pops up when a follow.
It does.
I need to see it.
It swipes in from the left hand side of the screen like it's a ribbon tearing, like it's tearing the screen open. But see, the thing is that people weren't following us, Francis, before, because I do things more on here now. It's more regular. We've been doing this now for almost 20 episodes now, 10 episodes, 15 episodes on the Twitch now, I think. So it's been fun. I thought at first it was going to be, it was really nerve wracking at first, but it's kind of fun now. But back to the thing, I was playing the LSPDFR. I was having a good time interacting with the chat, and then the noise happened, and I couldn't mute it on the mixer. It wasn't responding. In fact, I had to kill the power to it for it to stop. I still have no idea what caused it. If it was the game that made a sound and it just didn't, the mixer just didn't like it and got hung up on it, or the mixer was like, I've had enough for today, turn me off.
You were talking about, because you mentioned something either on Twitter or whatever, where you were saying you needed to play a game that didn't crash.
Yes. Yes. And yeah, I look through the Steam and I'm like, none of this, like I can do like the Fallout. Fallout would be fun.
No, well, I agree. It was haunted. That was most likely.
Well, yeah, I mean, we haven't even hit spooky September yet. So I mean, like, it's a.
I know we're 1 day off. We're almost there.
I've never called it spooky September until just now.
Well, first off, it's not spooky. September, there's nothing that happens in September that's even spooky.
There's a person at the workplace that started saying it last year, right when I first started, actually. And all of us were like, what? No, that's not a thing, man. Like,
but that is when people thought, well, you know how people get ready for Christmas in August. September is the month where people get ready for Halloween.
Well, yeah, I think the Starbucks blew out their white girl horn. I think the pumpkin spice has been released to the general public.
Pumpkin spice has been released. No.
Not my thing.
I'm not a pumpkin spice guy, so I don't know. Maybe that's what's haunted. Really, is the pumpkin spice, because I don't really understand pumpkin spice.
Yeah,
I like pumpkin pie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of the pie. I'm just not a fan of the spice.
I like Cool Whip.
If all the things, the one thing I love about pumpkin pie is the Cool Whip aspect.
I do love the Cool Whip part of the pumpkin pie. Yes, something about airy sugar with some vanilla in it that's just, it hits all the right taste buds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get in trouble. When I was young, still living with the parents, there'd be Cool Whip sometimes, and I'd know where it was.
Oh no,
I'd know where it was. So usually in the freezer.
You get a spoon.
I would get the spoon, take a big old spoonful out of it, and then take the spoon and then try to massage the Cool Whip So
you
there was.
got to even it out.
Yep. It was delicious, and yeah, I wanted it.
At least you weren't the guy that did the easy whip or whatever the thing is, like the easy cheese, easy whip.
I don't I don't like that stuff. It tastes. I just bit my tongue. It tastes weird to me. The spray whip. It's weird to me. It has a chemical taste to me.
Well, not only do you get the deliciousness of the fake whipped cream, but you also get high off of the whippets.
Only if you know how to use the nozzle correctly.
Yeah, I don't. I just know that's the thing that exists. I have no idea.
Yeah, that is
I
the
try to
thing.
act cool, like I know what I'm talking about, but I've never experienced it.
Francis, if I'm gonna get high, I'm gonna get high with weed. I'm not going to buy cans of Ready Whip and
That's it, Ready Whip.
and suck on a can of Ready Whip. I have better things to do. I had connections.
Okay. Well, anyway, but yeah, gasoline. Yeah, crazy.
It's odd that there's people that call weed gas. People would come into the store
weirder.
and give me that gas. All right, man, I'll show you the stuff I got. Man, I'm from Kansas. Better show me that gas.
Wait, are you sure they're
You're
not
from
trying
Kansas.
to say
What the
grass?
fuck do you even know about weed, man? You're in Kansas.
But are you sure they were saying grass?
No, gas.
Really? Oh,
Yeah. Dude,
Again, I don't know.
It's there's a lot of lingo in the weed world that I don't get, but it's because I'm fucking old, and I work in a kids industry. So I'm always the old man.
Stop calling it a kids industry, as if people haven't been doing it forever, as if there's no Willie Nelsons or Snoop Dogg's.
I am the Willie Nelson of my workplace.
And anyway, all right.
So for all the 12-year-olds and inner 12-year-olds, there were some things that happened at the gathering of the Juggalos. Francis, have you ever heard of this thing?
Oh, jeez.
Have you ever heard of this?
I understand what a Juggalo is, and I understand.
I understand what a
ICP is.
gathering is.
I understand what an ICP is, and I understand what a Juggalo is. I'm familiar with those topics, or at least those terms.
Well, they have their big Lollapalooza. What was that big thing? Woodstock, type of show.
Isn't it Lollapalooza? It is Lollapalooza. Right?
There's a Lollapalooza.
That's what happened recently.
Yeah, Lollapalooza. All the other ones, big festival shows, they have their own festival show.
I don't know what the Skater Girl's saying please don't to, but we'll try. I don't even know what you're knowing to. We'll try not to.
So at the gathering, Violent
maybe
J.
it's the gathering she doesn't want to hear about.
Maybe at the gathering, anything.
Yeah,
ICP.
anything ICP is a no. Yeah, I agree with you. Anything ICP is a no.
It was a part of my life for a little bit, so whatever. The Violent J of ICP apparently has the A-Fib. I'm only bringing this up because I was told about it by people I know who I didn't even know were interested in ICP, which was very shocking to me. And said, "Did you see what happened?" I was like, "No, I didn't." They told me about it. Well, homeboy Violent J has got A-Fib. Now, I just told you that story in about two minutes. He told the story in about 25 at the little gathering thing. And the whole time I'm watching it, Francis, and I'm like, you're burying the lead, man. The whole time, you're burying the lead. You're burying the lead. Just tell them. And the other reason why I bring it up is because I think they had a show. It was at the end of one of the little concert shows. And I just couldn't take the guy seriously as the wicked clown anymore, because he, in his clown face makeup, he had reading glasses on the top of his head. And I'm just like, no, nope. You fucking blows the image. It's done.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, again, I've never seen these people in concert. I know of their existence, right? I know, like I'm trying to think of other kind of people who you'd be a little sad because they've gotten older and they've aged, but like seeing maybe like
Metallica.
I don't know, Metallica, yeah, right, Metallica with glasses, or like a walker, and they need to get on stage, right? Or, oh my God, Ozzy Osbourne, right? Who's in his 70s, I think now, and having Ozzy, right, sing Crazy Train and just be like, hold on, like needing his oxygen for a second before he can move on to sing some more. I mean, it's it's so weird that we're not old per se, but man, a lot of these artists are just like they're past their prime and they're still trying.
Oh,
good for them.
Alice Cooper.
Good for them.
Alice Cooper is a great example. He's made it very clear that you pay him enough money to pull him off of a golf course, he will come do whatever you want him to come and do. But there better be a golf course near the place that you're sending him to, because that's all he wants to do. He gave an interview. He was once asked, and I'm gonna totally destroy my thought process on it, but like he was asked something to the effect of all like aged people in the industry all died at an early age, part of the 27 Club. And what was it that got you to get your head screwed on and stop fucking up? He said, I woke up one day and threw up, and it wasn't beer, it was blood. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That would make me stop drinking, too. So he was then asked, what did you replace drinking with? And he straight-faced it. Francis, he just went, golf. And I mean, you and I, Alice is a friend of the show. Because, every celebrity we run into, friend of the show.
Oh, sure.
We almost had a Wayne and Garth moment with the King of Darkness himself.
Is that what he's called?
I don't know. I think so. It's something like that. We were at a Philadelphia show. We rung the elevator thing, the button, and opened the door, and there's Alice Cooper in the elevator light. So it's like casting an angelic light down on him, and I was like, holy shit, in my head. Holy shit. That's Alice Cooper. And all we can do, all we were able to do was like, let's get the fuck out of his way.
Was there an elevator there? I don't remember either. At that particular.
Well, because we weren't on the elevator.
Was that at the hotel?
Yeah, at the hotel.
Oh, was that the hotel?
Milwaukee.
Yeah. His real name is Vincent Damon Furnier.
Yes.
Wow. That's a name.
It's really funny.
Is a name.
When he gives interviews, which I really wish we were able to secure. He talks about Alice Cooper in a third and first person in the same sentence. He will say us and me and refer all to Alice Cooper. It's very weird.
That's not even like third person. That's like
whatever. Like he first person, at least in general, he's talking about himself, but he says we, talking about himself and Alice, or he'll talk about Alice as if Alice Cooper is a different person.
Oh, That's not weird at all. That's perfectly normal.
Well, I mean,
That's perfectly fine.
yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, first time you hear it, it's a little weird, but
Yeah. Well, look, when you become a celebrity, I mean, look, we'll never know. But I have this. It's funny how celebrity, and we got to see it kind of firsthand a little bit, right? Because we were able to moderate and talk to people in our panels.
We were in the BTS
right.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, or the Korean pop band
or
BTS. Either way,
we were definitely in the cut, Francis. We were definitely in the cut. I don't know what that means either.
You know, it's really kind of funny to kind of see how celebrity has affected certain actors and how celebrity changes some people but doesn't change others. Like, it's really crazy how like people can still stay down to earth and still stay humble, and then there's some who are like, don't bother me, I'm on my phone. And it's like, you're like the second or third actor in this TV show. Why do you act all high and mighty, right?
Mm-hmm,
like you're not even the main person. The main person's incredibly nice. You're just this other person on the show. Why are you acting like such a jerk? And it's just, you know, it's so weird. But I mean, I guess that's just the reality of fandom. But yeah,
I mean, celebrity is a weird thing.
Yeah.
I mean, celebrity is all on the. It's not so much on the actor. It's the people that admire the actor or actress that makes them a celebrity. Yes.
I guess, but I mean, come on, like. Again, like there was this main actor of a TV show whom was just the sweetest, nicest person, and like their co-stars were just like, don't bother me, and there's other ones like, oh, let me talk to you, let me be friendly, let me be nice. It's like, yeah, thank you for being cool. We need more people like you. Like, you want to interact with people who I know you're not going to remember who we are in like 30 seconds.
Right.
But the fact that you're willing to just kind of hang out with us and like treat us as human beings is awesome. And it doesn't always happen that way.
It doesn't.
A lot of.
Go ahead.
Just a lot of times, like, they're like these other guys who are just, I'm not really a star, but I'm part of this really popular TV show, so leave me alone. You know,
right.
All right, fine.
Or you're a wrestler, a retired wrestler at the time, who's now.
Who's a retired? You had a retired wrestler?
We didn't. No, not in a
name.
I
forgot about it.
Not in a moderation, but in a, hey, let's go talk to this guy because we're part of the show and the show hasn't started yet. So let's go talk to the guy, for free.
Yeah.
Not in an interview. Well, let's talk to the guy. And I went and talked to the guy, and he was super rude. The first wrestler I've ever met that was like just a complete asshole. To me, anyway. And now he's come back out of retirement, and he's a huge draw. And I'm like, every time he's on TV, I was like, yeah, but there was that one time. I was trying to be nice.
You could get him. But, again, you could have got him on a bad day, too. Like, I guess you have to think about it that way. It's like that on all the time. Some days it's not all that great. So, we're freezing.
Yeah, I have, like, shoddy internet, apparently. So I apologize for that.
I mean, I just want to give a quick shout out to the people who are in the chat room who are enduring our wonky internet. Really appreciate it.
Has it been going on for a while,
You guys are
Francis?
awesome. It's been going on since the beginning.
Seriously, the whole time?
Oh yeah.
Why didn't you say anything?
But I mean, because it would destroy the flow.
Oh well.
And if people can hear us, it's great. And this is also for the podcast, so it's like, if people hear the podcast, they don't need me interrupting the middle of a conversation.
Sure,
by the way,
I just need to. I'd like to know if it sounds like shit. I want to know.
Well, it did, but then I kept like the stream itself hasn't been interrupted so far, and now the stream is actually getting interrupted. Originally, the stream wasn't being interrupted, so I'm like, oh, it must not be that bad. But now I'm looking at the stream is actually pausing and stopping. So the streaming, like we're losing the stream more and more as we move forward. So that's why I didn't say anything, because I'm like, oh, the stream is still there and people are responding, interacting with us. So I'm not gonna disturb the rhythm and the flow.
I have to figure this shit out, because I can't have that.
Well,
anyway,
the only response to this is, we used to do a show called Cmyk TV. Now, Cmyk TV was a show about DC TV and whatnot. I think it was, wasn't it? It was part of like all the kind of the
Arrowverse. It was the POI,
Arrowverse.
the POI network, as it was at the time. Arrowverse Megapod show. That was a lot of titles.
So you're going to hear a little behind the scenes baseball type of stuff right now, but we always pick the person to stream whoever had the strongest internet. So if you want to give it to me, I can stream. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do the music and stuff and the transitions. I mean, I could do the transitions. That's the easy part. It's just the music would have to be on you, but I could stream, and then we wouldn't get the slowdown. We wouldn't get the pausing and stuff like that. So that's just a little inside baseball for the next time you see us, because you guys are great and you guys are following us and you guys are listening. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. There is things that I thought of, and I have thought of for years, so like doing the whole Patreon thing, and giving, our half-hour chats out as like the bonus, or recording the video that goes with the audio before we start, and giving that out.
No, but I mean, we talk a lot about a person.
Sometimes there's a lot of personal stuff that goes on in there. Yeah. So like, see, now I see that's going on. I see it. So yeah, it's I'm trying to think of things that would be worthy of people's money, and I can't think of anything really. But to give them, the raw stuff before we start.
We can talk about that stuff when we're done. But
which is going to be sooner than later, because I see how bad it is, and I'm not going to put up with that. Really, we hit the bullet points that I have.
All right.
I still have not seen the what ifs. I haven't. I really need to watch those.
I've been liking the what ifs so far. The what ifs have been pretty entertaining. I think the what if that people seem to like the most was the second episode. But I think all of them are pretty interesting. And they're all supposed to be connected somehow. It's all supposed to be a thing. And then this weekend is Shang-Chi. So I'll be watching that this weekend. So yeah, I mean, maybe what we can do is talk about that stuff on like a bonus or whatever. But yeah, I'm starting. So for anyone who's listening right now, if you're in the chat room, awesome. If you want to get uninterrupted audio, go to I guess you could look us up on like Apple Podcast and
wherever you enjoy to get your podcast. Basically, is where you can find the POI podcast. Your picture's just like getting huge. It was small before, now it's gigantic. The show's all about the other guy now. Do you remember the Chappelle Go?
Give it to me.
The Chappelle Show, the guy that would do the robot and all the skits. Do you remember that guy?
Oh God, barely. Barely.
So yeah, I think we'll have some better stuff for everybody next week. I think that's a good idea, Francis, to give you the power of the stream. I can send you all the pieces you would need to do it.
The only issue then will be the stream will never slow down. But then if you ever break up, it'll. I mean, I'll have to vamp.
We'll figure it out.
So I love it. This stream is so far behind. I haven't it's like live. I haven't done the arm thing yet. It's like behind by like a whole minute and a half. Sorry guys, but yeah, I think it's funny.
It's the best that we can do right now in what I have available to me. So yeah. So I think with that being all said, I think Francis, we're gonna end that just because I've run out of bullet points. It was a light week this week. There wasn't a lot that happened in my life. So yeah, it's
look, man, we got to talk about Zima, and we got to talk about all sorts of weird things. So
all sorts of weird things in our ears too.
Skater Girl and Swiss and Bullets.
Yes, new followers. New followers. Always welcome to new followers. We're here every Tuesday around 7:30 Mountain Time, so you should definitely join us. Jump in the chat and hang out with us. We do have a phone number and text, voicemail. You can even call into the show. If you were to do that, I would even put you on the show. It would just be your voice, but we could have you. It would be fun. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how I'd do it right now, but we could do it.
I could make it work too. I have ways.
Yeah, we have ways. We have ways. But as you can see, for all the people watching, all the contact information is at the top of the screen. For the audio listeners, 303 Ninja on the Twitters, 303_Ninja on the it's 303_Ninja on the Twitters, 303 Ninja on the Instagram, and all over the Googles. If you looked, I bet you can find me there too. Francis, where can people find you? I did this all out of order.
It's fine. SincereSarcasm.net is the website. New episode of OnlyFans Simulator up soon. If you're into, if you feel like you're weirdly feeling out of place in the world right now, if you're feeling like you don't really quite get what's going on with relationships and people, I try to make sense of it. I talk about it more or less once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every month, depending on how often I can record. But I have a show that's all about like letting you know you're not alone in feeling kind of like displaced in the world right now. If that's how you're feeling, because I definitely feel that way sometimes. Because everyone and everything is crazy.
You know, Francis, for 6 years, we had something that we looked forward to going to and doing, whether it was together or on our by ourselves, and we haven't had that in 2 years. So the thing that brought us really together was podcasting, right? But the thing that really solidified our friendship, just for, I'm going to be selfish, just between you and me, the not having those shows and the ability to be like, hey, I'm coming out for April, hanging with the other guy. I'm coming out in July and hanging out with our con mom and Francis, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm the con mom.
Yes. What's that?
You made it sound like I was the con mom.
No, you're not the con mom. You're the cuddle buddy. It's so for that aspect, I am feeling that big time, and it's going to be great. Holy shit. I think that's next month, or no, not next month, the next week. My birthday weekend is the horror show that I'm going to here in Colorado. So, my return to Comic-Cons, it's going to be weird. I'm going to have some ring rust. It's going to be interesting. But we will have more on that in the future. Thank you to everybody that's watching. I sincerely apologize for the poor stream. We will work on this and get it better. Thanks for everybody that watches me play the fake cop game. It's fun. I hope you enjoy that as well. Savannah will be back with us in a few weeks as she does her professional stuff. And we'll be back next week, same time, same bat channel. Francis, you know what time it is. Time to go.
Okay. Road to 2000.
Road to 2000.
We're almost there.
Wait, we got to get it on the screen because I totally forgot we did not do it before. Transition button, Josh. Yeah. There it is. The road to 20, the road to 2000. Oops, wrong button again. I'm a mess because I'm getting frustrated. We're out of here, folks. Thank you for everybody that's watching. Thank you for everybody that downloads and listens. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye. See you. Bye.